Mercy back here with an overview. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma. Yes, sir. Yes, viewers. Yes, subscribers. Mercy back here with an overview. Now, if you didn't know already, I'm going to tell you now. Spoiler alert. The UK is now out of the EU. Not out of Europe, but out of the EU. Some people got mixed up between Europe and the EU. Now, some people are now asking, hey, so what does that mean? Now, for a good 2 years, nothing really big is going to happen. Next 2 years, it takes 2 years to pull out, you know. It's not just, you can't just say, I'm leaving. Goodbye, sir. And boom, it's not out. Apparently, according to the Lisbon Treaty, Article 50, around, I think, paragraph 3 talks about how it takes a process. You need to actually sit down with all the people in the EU, which is I think 17 other countries. So Belgium, come over here. France, come over here. Man them, come. Like literally, you just sit down with the EU and really discuss how you're gonna pull out. You know, you don't just go, all right, lads, I'm off, you know. It's not like you have a girl and you're doing your thing, you're going, hey, oh my God, that is the one, that is the one, that is the two, on your back, on your shoulders, on your neck. I'm gonna pull up quickly. No, it's not like that. It's a process. You need to unlock, unravel, and unpack before you say, I'm gone, lads, you know. It takes time. Now, for the next 2 years, Britain has to act like they're still part of the EU. For the next 2 years, they have to follow EU laws. For the next 2 years, they have to behave themselves. But in those 2 years, they're not allowed to make any big decisions concerning the EU. So let's say Belgium gets attacked by some terrorists. Oh no. If they're going to call EU meeting, they'll say, Britain, stay in your small island, fam. It's kind of mad, isn't it? Unless Britain's really needed, you know what I mean? But for that, so all of you can calm down, okay? You can go to your holidays in France. You can go to your holidays in Spain. It's still be at a fantastic price for now. But when the 2 years have passed and we successfully pulled out, you know, like, yeah, when you successfully pulled out of EU, that's when you see things changing. Things could get more expensive. Like, it's actually, a lot of people making jokes like, oh, this Freddo bar, this no, that chocolate Freddo. Oh, this Freddo bar was 20p. Now it's 87 pounds. No, you know, it's not gonna be that big, but stuff will get more expensive because things will get harder to trade. Now outside the EU, trading will be hard. We'll still trade, yeah, we'll trade. You know, we do trade, yeah, thank you. But it'll be a lot more harder because countries in the EU will trade more freely with each other. Like countries in the EU will focus on countries in the EU first. So countries in the EU will trade with countries in the EU first before coming to us who are outside the EU, you know. That's it. I thought the EU, you know what I mean? So things could get expensive because things could be like, you know what I mean? Like things will become expensive because it will be more rare, you know what I mean? Because we have the EU, we won't get traded to or from more quickly. You know what I mean? I don't know if I explained that well, but things can get and will get more expensive, unfortunately. But what do you expect? You lot voted, you know. What did you vote? I voted Remain because I think that's the best thing for us to do, to remain. But it was so close, 51% to 49%, and that's how they won. And it's crazy, but I'm going to make another video after this saying that how it was the older people, like the 65 and plus, 60 and plus, the old white, let me not say old white, the old people who really pushed the vote onto the leave side, and therefore we have left the EU. But for the next 2 years, everything is calm. So guys, people want to go on holiday, people want to go to wherever, enjoy yourself now, because when you want to go on holiday, when you're out of the EU, it's going to be a lot harder, the process will be a lot longer, and it could possibly be more expensive. Now people are talking about how about the pound sterling, it just dropped. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Now, in every time of transition like that, this is a big transition now. Obviously, the pound will lose favor, but obviously, it's not going to die down. It's not like we're gonna go to like Germany. I think Germany post-war or pre-war, when they literally a barrel. There's this legendary picture of a woman holding a wheelbarrow, and the wheelbarrow is worth more than the whole bunch of money she has in the wheelbarrow. It's not going to be like that. No, the pounds will go down, yes, but it's going to go back up. You know, like going down. You know, so fam, it's not that deep. Okay, so you man them are making jokes. Oh my God, look, it's not that deep. Okay, so for the next 2 years, enjoy yourself. The sun's out, you know. Don't my Helston's in Britain for a good, fantastic time. The sun's out, enjoy yourself, go on holiday before stuff start changing. So for the next 2 years, you should be calm because of the the article, the Lisbon Treaty. So for now, enjoy yourself. But for after those 2 years, like, what's this now? 2016, 2018, 19 plus. Oh, this is a big one as well. One of the big things that the EU did was that they helped pay 15% of uni fees. So because of Britain being in the EU, uni fees could have been a lot higher. You know, it's not now it's £9,000 a year because of the EU paid 15%. It was good to £9,000. But now the EU's pulling out, or now we're pulling out the EU. Expect after 2 years for uni fees to go back up again. So at £11,000, £12,000, because now the EU is not buying at 15%, and the government needs to find that 15%. Therefore, the increase of money needs to go to university and just sit down, read off the board. Okay, right, that's done. But that's back end of your peace, love. What happens now? Obviously, this is what happens now. If there's anything else that happens, write in the comments. If you have more information, the comments it down. That's back on the video. Peace, love, and if I made a mistake in it, write it down as well. I take criticism well, kind of. That's back on the video. Peace, love, and yeah.